Hey everybody, this is GutsyCanuck doing another cast. This one's going to be a bit different compared to my usual ones because it's not actually going to be a cast. It's going to be just a little introductory to the new Dota that has just came out, and I'm pretty sure the B version of it will come out pretty soon because they released that quite quickly after the normal one. With this new Dota, there's new heroes, a lot of new nerfs and improvements and stuff like that. But yeah, there's the 4 new heroes, and there's also new items. And I'm gonna just do a quick little cast. I'm hoping to make it no longer than 15 minutes. Just to be an introductory on the new heroes. I have known they've come out when they came out. It's just it's been my winter break, so I haven't had time to really cast. So I'm gonna make that's why this one's gonna be quick. And just an introductory to the new heroes. I did mention in my last cast that I was going to be casting more games, but I didn't bother to think of my winter break, so there probably won't be many casts until at least next year. And next year I should probably have Dota 2, so yeah, I think that's good enough. So I'm just going to go ahead here and get started. So here's your 4 new heroes right here. We've got Goblin Shredder, Skywrath Mage, Ember Spirit, and Legion Commander. So 2 strength and agility and an int. To introduce them, what we've got here, yeah, I'll just start with Goblin Shredder. So here's Goblin Shredder. He's got, basically what he revolves around is trees. So he does better to do with trees, kind of. So his first ability, Whirling Death, basically damages opponents in an AoE, like so, and when around him, an AoE around him, like so, as you just saw there. And when it cuts down trees, it also does pure damage, which basically just means direct damage. And what it also does is it lowers the opponent's primary attribute for a short time. So that's his first ability. With his second ability, we have Timber Chain. Sheesh, I'm just not doing good today speaking. And basically, as you saw there, I pulled myself towards a tree, which didn't really do anything. It was very fast, and it has a nice range. But, as you could see by the description there, it does pure damage if I go through any enemies along the way. Which that's how you damage the opponents. It's also great for escaping, because look at that. Like, I mean, look at that. That's just crazy. You could escape quite nicely with that ability. Reactive Armor. Every attack against you raises your armor, and it gives you bonus HP regen. And it does stack, according to there. Just gonna go back to my first ability here, in case anyone wants to quickly read it. Okay, moving on. There's Chakram, which is his alt. Now this is a very cool alt, I find. Basically what it does is, as you can see there, it's just like kind of going in the air, and I'm just gonna cancel that. So basically what that did was it fires a saw blade. You can attack while the saw blade is active, and it decreases your mana over time, however long the saw blade stays out. So you want to bring that back into you. You want to cancel it when your mana's getting pretty low, depending on the situation. And basically what that does is it does damage to the location and from, and it also does damage on the spot. I think it only does pure damage when firing to the location, then it does regular damage, but I'm not exactly sure. And oh yeah, sorry. It slows based on HP lost also. So you can read the description right there for a sec. Feel free to pause the video if I just move ahead, because I gotta move along. I'm trying to make this quick. So yeah, that's Rizrak. Very cool hero. I'm just gonna quickly show you an example, then I'll move on. So here he is. There's no trees around, so this isn't gonna be pure damage, but there's his thing. And if I'm being attacked, my armor would start stacking down here. This is cool because it goes through units, including your own, so it makes for a great escape mechanism. And then if you're skilled enough, you could do damage with him. I find this hero requires a lot of micro, so I wouldn't really suggest him for new players. Although he kind of would seem like that kind of hero, he actually isn't. So there's Rizrak for you. Gonna put him back here. Our next hero is Dragoness. Gonna make this a bit quicker. I find him like Destroyer, if you know who that is, except for more support in a way. But basically his abilities are just damage. He's a damaging hero. Damaging intelligence hero. So we've got Arcane Bolt, which he fires a bolt. I'll just use it on this creep here. Boom. Does damage. Yeah. And it does more damage based on his intelligence. So that's why I said he's kind of like Destroyer in a way. I guess Silencer in a way too. And the Blast has vision of his Arcane Bolt. His concussive shot is an AoE. It's a slowing ball, so it slows, and it damages enemies around the target. So I'm just gonna show. Oh shoot. Okay, I messed up there. Let me just refresh. So I use it. Okay, it only works on heroes, so I'd have to activate a dummy. It shoots at a ball slow, as I already explained. His next ability is Ancient Seal, which basically silences and amplifies spell damage to a target. So since this guy's all about damaging with his spells, you pop this puppy on their hero, and then you shoot at this, bam. And at max level, it makes for a really nice silence, so use that to your advantage. His ult, finally, it's an AoE field, so I'm just going to use it right here. And it deals huge damage. Like, here, I'll go over the description. Look at that damage at max level. That's ridiculous. It's massive damage, but it spreads evenly amongst the heroes in the target AoE. But if there's only one hero, all that damage is going to go directly to that hero, so... Again, absolutely destructive. In a way, it's like Techie's Suicide if you want to help out a team, but it's also great for killing a hero in a 1v1. In a lane or whatever. So there's Skywrath Mage. We've got Ember Spirit, Jhin. Very popular. I'd say he's the most popular out of all the heroes, the new ones. So we've got Searing Chains, which he releases 3 anchors, so they hold the opponent in the spot, but it's random who it grabs onto. But if you're chasing one opponent, then it's gonna get them. And they deal damage over time. And as I said earlier, or just now, prevents movement. I'll just quickly show you. He walks funny, which is pretty cool. Very fast hero, by the way. He's just naturally fast. I mean, I have boots of travel on him right at the moment, but he is naturally fast. So here's this thing. There you go. It's holding them in the spot. Yeah, and it does 3 random targets. Okay. His next ability, Jhin's next ability, which is Sleight of Fist. Sorry, better go to that. It's an AoE spell, and it attacks all enemies in the area of the AoE, but it does less damage on creeps. Basically, it's like Juggernaut's Omni Slash, which is his ult. But look, there you go. And the cool thing is you return to the spot where you used it, so you're not going to enter dangerous territory. So that was that. Attacks really fast, so it's pretty crazy. His third ability, Flame Guard. Basically, it's a magic damage shield, so it absorbs magic damage that's dealt to you, so you don't take it. And it's like Immolation. And it works until used up, until the shield absorbs the certain amount of damage required, or until it times out, which there's the description there. Feel free to pause if you want to read. And then we have his ult, Fire Remnant. Ember Spirit's ult, Fire Remnant, I find is probably one of the cheapest ults of the new heroes. It stores charges over time, and not much time, so it requires no mana or anything. And you release the charges like so. So there we go. Just gonna kill these creeps here. It releases the charges like so, and they stay there for a bit of time. And basically, you leap into them, and you do AoE damage once you go in them. and it costs, remember, as I said before, it costs no mana, and the charges refresh, so this is an extremely deadly ult. I'm just going to show you how I leap into them. There you go. And, like, this could be a global blink. You could, like, place a charge here, teleport back to base, and I'm pretty sure it'll work. Or it might have a range. Let me just see. Okay, never mind. Wow. I quickly tried going into that. That was totally disgusting. Let me just refresh. Okay, so I got my BOT. I'm just gonna do a charge again and show that. So that was just awesome. I had to wait 30 seconds for a charge. But, like, there you go. You got your own blink teleport ability. And this costs no mana. So I'm gonna teleport back to base. And I'm gonna pop into that target. And quickly grab onto my hero. Oh! That was just so fast. So there you go. And it does damage. Great for escaping, great for entering battles, etc.